All right, I'm not gonna lie. I think I need to start watching this podcast. It's actually pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. Sneakers and cleats. Okay, maybe we need to start. We need to start getting on their channel.
I want some rest. Are we having fun yet?
Once again, the man that a lot of Spurs players, I almost said fans, I'm pretty sure it's just Spurs players hate, Don Harris. They have a take. We went over another video. I don't know the order of these videos. By the way, whenever this is uploaded, I'm just letting you guys know I am out of town. So it might be kind of like weird uploads as far as the topics are concerned. So they're going to be a little late at times. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If it's an emergency, if it's breaking news, I'm pulling out my phone and we'll talk. But that probably won't be the case. But I will be out of town. So I don't know the order that I'll be uploading these, but that's besides the point. Content is content. I want to talk about it. So I know we went over a video in which they talked about how they don't think that the Spurs are done this offseason, in which I agreed with that. Now this one is about Lauri Markkanen, and if the San Antonio Spurs should go all out, essentially. I think no. And me and Don Harris, with that last video, we were like this, okay? We were like this. So maybe we agree here too.
You just wait. They're going to have to either move him at the deadline, and if he wants to be there, he'll sign there, and then they can move him at the deadline. Or if he doesn't want to be there and they want to get something in return, they'll move him at the deadline, and the price might be cheaper.
Yeah, I'm with Don. I mean, I think you've got to wait this thing out. If that's the asking price right now, then maybe.
By the way, the asking price was like Devin Vassell and multiple picks from the Spurs. No. And then from the Warriors, they wanted Kuminga. Who was it? Kuminga, was it Moody? It was insane. Oh, and Podziemski. Hopefully I said that right. And multiple picks. And that will be a no as well.
That's the right price for the Spurs or another team, right? Because
so we're talking what,
based on what you see in the summer league going on, the players in the NBA that can play are already in the NBA. So if the Spurs feel like that was a guy that they felt like could play long term and be a guy worth paying an exorbitant amount of money and give up the assets to get him, then I say go for it. But we don't know if that's what they really think.
Devin Vassell's the trade chip. It's not like they're asking for a Keldon or a Jeremy who have a little bit less trade value.
Hey. Okay, I will admit Jeremy Sohan does have less trade value. He has less trade value. But for the Spurs, I don't think they would be willing to move him.
They would probably ask for, and they're rumored to be asking for Devin Vassell, who the Spurs are on record as being very, very high on. They love him and they love the fit next to Wemby as long as Vassell can mature a little bit basketball-wise.
He has a good podcast voice, by the way. I don't think I do. He does, though.
So
they'd probably be asking for Vassell and Sohan.
They would probably ask for both, correct? If they're asking for Kuminga and Podziemski, they'd probably but I think you could get out of it.
Wait, did he say they're asking for Vassell and No, they're not that crazy.
Basketball-wise. So
they'd probably be asking for Vassell and Sohan.
I don't know if he means both of them together or like Vassell and or Sohan. I don't know what he means. There's no way they're asking for Vassell and Sohan. Like, you just hang up the phone at that point. Jazz can't be that crazy.
They would probably ask for both, correct? If they're asking for Kuminga and Podziemski, they'd probably
but no.
I think you could get out of it by just doing Vassell if you really like Jeremy that much. I could see them dealing Vassell halfway through the season. Like, if you see how everything's meshing with this
Castle
current roster,
really comes along.
Yeah, 100%. But if let me give this to you. If this is too much, say too.
Hold on. Did he say he could see them dealing Vassell if Castle comes along? What?
Well, if you really like Jeremy that much. I could see them dealing Vassell halfway through the season. Like, if you see how everything's meshing with this
Castle
current roster,
really comes along.
Yeah, 100%.
But Castle, I don't agree with that. Castle isn't a replacement. My video just froze. Castle isn't a replacement for Vassell at all. Like, there's Vassell isn't in trouble with. They actually complement each other very well. I don't understand that one. I don't get that one.
But if let me give this to you. If this is too much, say too much. If it's not, if you're willing to do it,
I'm not giving Vassell up at all. By the way,
then say you're willing to do it. Vassell,
Okay.
no,
25 first round pick, not the Hawks pick. the Spurs pick in 25, Spurs pick in 27,
No.
Spurs pick in 29.
No.
Pick swaps in the other 2 years,
Oh my
26 and 28.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
No.
So basically 5 firsts in Vassell.
Who would do no? Who do we think no? Who do we think Lauri is? No.
Not those firsts. I'm not giving up next year. Next year they're going to win 35 games. They're going to have a top 10 pick next year. I'm not giving up.
But
a
you're
top
not giving
10.
up the Hawks pick. You're giving up the Spurs pick.
Yeah, but
No. What? The Hawks could potentially have a better season than us next season. That's how bad the East is.
the Hawks are going to be better than the Spurs.
Me and Don Harris, man, we're like this, son. We're like this.
So the Spurs, the worst, is the better asset. The Spurs are going to pick 8th, and the Hawks are going to pick 12th.
The Hawks aren't going to be 12th.
They're going to be better than the Spurs.
No, they're not.
The East is pretty bad, dog. It's not a matter of like the Hawks being like a phenomenal team. I think on paper you could very well see the Spurs being a better team, but it's about conference division, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like I think it can go either way. The Spurs could be better. They could be better. It doesn't really matter. There's no way in the heck I would give up any of that. Any of that. And I'll tell you this right now. If you put that on the table, and I'm not trying to talk bad about this dude, by the way. I think he has a great podcast voice. But I think if you do any of that, if you offer that, they would take it in a heartbeat. Like the Jazz would take it in a heartbeat. And you don't want a team taking it in a heartbeat. Especially Danny Ainge. You do not want him, like, you don't want to put something on the table and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, that's good. Like, you do not want that, all right? This needs to go back and forth 50 million times with this dude. Yeah, no, I'm not giving up Devin Vassell at all. And I highly disagree. I really disagree that if Stephon Castle comes along, that threatens Devin Vassell. I don't even see how that's comparable. They are so different types of players. They're not the same type of player. Stephon Castle isn't necessarily like a shooting guard. He's a combo guard, but he could very well just be a point guard. He's like SGA, right? Like, and he's a playmaker, and I think he complements Devin Vassell super well. I don't see why the Spurs would say Stephon Castle got better, who complements this other great player we have. So let's get rid of that other great. I don't even see how that's not like, they're so different as far as the type of players and what they will bring to the team. To me, that would be the same as saying Tony Parker really came along, let's get rid of Manu. Like, it just doesn't compute with me. I don't get it. No, I'm not giving up Devin Vassell for Lauri at all. And I'm definitely not giving up a 25. Maybe a first or two, but no, especially not 25. 25 is too good. Too many great players. But anyways, this was a good conversation, man. Yeah, I really do need to start checking out other podcasts because I don't listen to anything really. You know, I come across things, people send me stuff to go over and react to and give my thoughts on articles and stuff, but I never actually go listen to them like on my downtime. Well, right now I've been working on trying to learn Japanese. I'm almost done with hiragana. Then we can get in katakana and then kanji, and I am dreading kanji. I am not looking forward to that whatsoever. If anybody has any sources that you want to share with me as far as learning Japanese, I'm open to it, so just leave that in the comments. But anyways, sorry, got a little tangential. I'll give it to you guys later, man. Until next time, bye.